Hello folks, I'm with the Air Arms S200. Somebody asked me on the YouTube site how you adjust the power on these. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put 10 shots through the rifle at a target down range. We'll see what the power's doing. If it needs adjusting, I will adjust it. If it don't need adjusting, I'll show you how it can be adjusted. So if you've got one of the older Air Arms that don't have the anti-tamper, I can show you how it's easily adjusted. If you've got one of the newer ones, it's a fairly simple job to fix anyway. It's just a matter of having a dremel and a screwdriver basically, and you can sort the rifle. So start off with putting some shots down range and see what power it's doing, and based on that I'll take the rifle apart and I'll show you how it's done. So let's get on with it. Shots down range.
Nine. 1. Eight. 8. 8.9.
You can see that's well underpowered there. It's 190 bar fill. We'll see if it increases after the first 3 shots. Sometimes it needs the regulator just to warm up a bit.
Nine. 5. 9.2. 9.8. 9.9. 9.4.
2 more shots.
9.3. 9.9.
Right, so average of 9.4, high of 9.9, low of 8.8. It's a spread of 1.1 foot-pounds, so definitely needs some adjusting. So that'll be the next part of the test. Okay then, start off by removing the magazine. Remove the scope. Now I've got a special tool I made for taking the stock off. Did have 2 other bars sticking out from there as well. It's basically a utility key. I cut the sides off, shape that so it goes through the back of the stock, just here. So there's a bolt in there. It goes over a rod. And there's a bolt. I've done it so that fits in there, and that's hollow anyway, so that goes through the rod, and you're able to unscrew it, and that costs £1 from Tesco, that one. So what we need to do now is remove the screw there, and the stock will come off. So that's a stop screw. Pull it down. There's a little washer that goes on as well, just there. So basically that's how it fits on the rifle, and that's why you need to have something like that to get it off. Right, there's 2 ways of adjusting the rifle. On the back there, on the old ones, you can see it's got a slot already made in it. On the new ones, it's just flat. So what you'll need to do is get a dremel and cut across it so you can get a screwdriver in, and it's basically clockwise to increase power and anti-clockwise to decrease it. That is the way of increasing the power by the hammer spring. Now the other way of adjusting it is the transfer port and really small Allen nut on the side, just there. That will be 1mm, and to increase power you turn it anti-clockwise, which is basically restricted to the transfer port, so the more it gets screwed in, the more it restricts the airflow, and that's how you can reduce power without taking the stock off. So I've just undone that a bit, this should, it's come off on mine, there's a little nut, a locking nut that goes on that. So what you do, when you've got your power, you put your Allen key back in, hold it in place and tighten the locking nut up. Now on the new Mach 3s, it's got like a flat cap on top of that, so it's screwed in more. And so what you do, you drill, get a dremel again, drill across the cap, unscrew it, and then you can get to the actual Allen nuts. And that is basically how you adjust the power on these. What I will do, unwind it a bit more. I'm going to put another magazine in, and I'll fire a couple of shots and see what it's doing now. I mean, what they suggest you do when you've got a regulator and is take that all the way out anyway, but I found if I do that it's too powerful, even when the actual screw at the back's right out. So it must have been adjusted in the past to have probably a bigger transfer port. But let's see what it's doing now, just by unwinding the actual Allen nut there. Just going to fire down range again. Ooh. So that's bang on the money, but what's turning down a bit. I'm going to turn it 1/4 turn. Bit more. Not off a turn there.
11.4. 11.4. 11.5. 11.4.
So 4 more shots. If it stays at that, we'll keep it at that.
11.8. 11.7. 12.0. 11.8.
Okay, just a slight turn in. Okay. Now the first 2 magazines are all weighed at 18.2 grains. This one's not weighed, so most of them that I did weigh was either 18.1 or 18.2. There was about 4 at 18.4 and 1 at 17.9. Not reading.
10. 4.
Don't know why these aren't reading. Different palette, I think.
$11.5. 11.8. 11.3.
That's it. And the last one, it says 11.3, but it says 11.4 on that. What I'll do, I'll put another 10 rounds through it, and as long as it don't go over, I'll just keep it at that. Just on the end of the nut now, on the rod. And that's it. Just tighten up. And it's on. Okay then, just going to put the rifle back together now. Just make sure that when you do put that screw back in, not to tighten it up, over tighten it, otherwise you'll have problems pulling the bolt back. So remember that, not too tight on the side screw. If you can't move your bolt, that's why. Right, obviously now they're not weighed straight out of the tin. But they should all be within 0.1 of a grain. Did top the rifle up to 190 bar, so there's plenty of shots left. And the reason I'm using the 18 grain pellets is because they produce more energy. Okay then, as you can see, there's quite a few shots on the target down there. That's because I was shooting blind. Okay then, I'm going to go for the bottom right.
524.
which is 11.1 foot-pounds.
$559.
12.6. He's winding down. Probably double feed there.
508.
10.4.
543. 515. 540. 543.
'That was fine, just in case. Yeah. Alright. Might not recording.
$547.
Which is 12.1.
527.
11.2.
534.
11.5. That's still a couple in it. Just put the another 10 shots down. I mean, what might be affecting some of the shop reed banks is there's some leaves down there that could be interfering with the radar. So moving it around, come across a bit. I'm going to go between the bottom two at the bottom.
$543. 513. 508. 538. 540. 538. 529. 515. 506.
I think that's it. Yeah. Okay then, so they've not gone above 12 now as it stands. Back onto foot pounds. So the last 10 shots, started off 11.5, 11.9, 10.6, 10.4, 11.7, 11.8, 11.7, 11.3, 11.7, 10.3. Jumping around a bit, but it's below 12 anyway, so I'll call it at that. Just need a bit more fine tuning. I mean, I could take the transfer port restriction out, but then I'd have to see if I could wind back the hammer spring more. It's just one of them things, really. How you do it? It's all part of the tuning of air guns. Nothing straightforward. But that's it for now. Hope that's helps show you how you can adjust the power on an Air Arms S200. But that's it for now, and we'll catch you in the next video.